You're watching News 24 Live. I'm Nick Pawson and welcome to this week's Wheels Show, where we discuss all things motoring with our resident wheels expert, Sergio Davids. Sergio, thanks for coming in this morning.
How's it, Nick?
On Saturday, there was a riveting car chase between the SAPS and a hijacked vehicle, which we published yesterday. It's been gaining a heck of a lot of traction. Do you want to just walk us through, before we get into the public reaction, just walk us through exactly what happened? Any more info you have on the incident?
Justice in South Africa, always good to see. Basically, Tracker reported a VW Jetta was stolen in Yeovil. Police acted on this and tracked the signal into Rosebank. A car chase ensued, very graphic, and was captured on dash cam by a police vehicle. By the end of the chase, the hijackers slammed into another car and crashed into a tree, allowing cops then to arrest them.
I guess, I mean, if you watch the footage and the speed at which this happened and the way that the Jetta sort of, swung into the intersection, I mean, it's a miracle that no one was hit.
Indeed, look, this was obviously.
I mean, there were no fatalities or any injuries really.
Indeed, apart from one of the hijackers was shot, and unfortunately another driver was injured in the incident. But like you said, it's a miracle that nobody was hurt, severely hurt, or killed in this incident. It's an extremely volatile situation. As you can see in the footage, the VW Jetta obviously wants to get away from the cops. He's disobeying all rules of the road in his getaway. He's going through red robots, veering off lanes, and basically acting everything he can do to get away. Fortunately, these guys were busted, and hopefully justice will be served in court.
Serge, on social media, like I said earlier, has been a buzz with mainly positive feedback for the South African Police Service. There is the odd cynic. I'm just going to read out a few comments from Facebook in particular, where we've had hundreds and hundreds of comments. Right, this Facebook comment by a guy who calls himself T-Boss says, "We live in a country ruled by thugs. We must use force to protect our loved ones. Bring back the death penalty so that our police can save paper." Also, possibly a bit extreme. Do you think that excessive force was used in this incident?
Look, it's a volatile situation, and obviously the commenter's frustration at the South African police force can also be seen. I think what was really captivating about this clip was the fact that we're seeing justice in action. It's all too common for us to see videos stemming from the US or other countries where dash cams, for instance, are the norm on police vehicles, but not so much in South Africa. I think it was really great to actually see our police in action, despite the fact that how violent the outcome of the clip was. I think that the police adopted proper use of force. I mean, you can see when they arrest the hijackers, you can see the cops putting a foot on one of the hijackers in front, holding their guns up. Well, that's just all normal police protocol.
Right, onto the praise for the SAPS. Dylan Fraser Roberts says, "Well done, South African Police Service. Shining example of a well-trained police force." Do we need more examples of this?
Indeed. I think it's truly special that the vast majority of our comments have been positive. In the past, there's been a lot of negative comments toward the police force, and for the most part, rightly so. It's always great in terms of transparency that we can actually see the cops in action, doing what we expect of them, i.e. delivering justice where it needs to be. Just in terms of the police and the way they acted, I think they acted appropriately. I think they did what was needed to stop them. That was extremely violent and volatile situation, especially once the bad guys were actually stopped. Shots were fired, and one of the bad guys was injured in his leg. It could have been a lot worse, but at least in this situation, police were responding appropriately.
Quite an amusing tweet from a person goes by the name of Turtle. "The Rosebank police chase video is so captivating. Running away from a GTI is also silly."
I suppose the VW Jetta isn't exactly the fastest getaway vehicle you can get. What's alarming though is that oftentimes when criminals hijack vehicles, often in lieu of another crime that they might perform. because now they've got a stolen vehicle that can't be tracked as well. But in this case, obviously which was a great thing that they were apprehended.
And then finally on Instagram, the SAPS put up a fantastic picture of a job done. I'm just impressed that the South African Police Service have an Instagram account.
Indeed.
But yeah, as you can see, the guys are looking very proud of their achievement, and yeah, the comments there too, very positive. The YouTube video was legit. We want more. The video was awesome. Awesome video. Good job, South African Police Service. Yeah, well done, chaps. So the South African public are impressed with that bit of work, and might continue.
Look, again, just in terms of transparency, I think it might be cause for the police to try and do more of these kinds of things, in that record what they're doing. Oftentimes we hear of corrupt cops, we hear of cops taking bribes, etc., and we report as such in the news. At least this way we can see they're doing their jobs, and they're out in the streets and they are protecting us. It's also great publicity for them.